It's time for Down on the Corner with Dale Hoffman, North Arkansas's premier news talk program. Brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, with 3 locations to serve you. Baxter Regional Medical Center lobby, Highway 62 412 at Balmer Boulevard, and the Walmart East Plaza. And now, Down on the Corner.
Good morning, North Central Arkansas and Southern Missouri. It's Friday.
We're sitting here talking before the show and getting ready. And then, oh God, here we go with the horn. And we blow right through the beginning time that we were supposed to start. We're about a minute behind.
Oh, well, we'll get right to it. How's that?
Good
morning, everybody. Welcome to Down on the Corner program. Dale Hoffman, your host, along with Scooter Callis. How you been?
I'm good.
You bet you're tired.
I am. I went out to the 8th and 9th grade played out by Paragould. And, yeah, it was made for a late night.
And football tonight at?
We are broadcasting football in Mountain View. And so we will be down there, Mountain View versus Harrisburg, I believe. And
you going to run the promo?
What's that?
You got the promo? Wait,
I don't have the promo in here. I got a regular football promo thing, but not a who's coming up.
Oh,
well. I believe it's Mountain View versus Harrisburg.
That'll be good.
It should be a good game, and we'll be broadcasting it live right here. So
sounds good. Well, Down on the Corner is brought to you by Brewed Awakening Coffee, the best coffee in town. 3 locations to serve you: Balmer Boulevard, Baxter Regional Medical Center, and 62 East Plaza. Out by Anytime Fitness. Stop by any of the 3 locations for the best coffee in town. Sprite.
Yeah, I got a Sprite. I'm not. It's got to be cold outside for me to get coffee.
Yeah,
I'm just not that.
I enjoy coffee.
It can't be a hot day and I'm drinking a hot cup of coffee. It just doesn't seem right to me. I got my Sprite. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, that's how I like.
Our coffee is good. I will
ice
good
cold
that.
Coke.
Brewed Awakening coffee is good. I'm not saying that. I just
check out any of the 3 locations here in Mountain on Brewed Awakening Coffee. Not drinking Brewed Awakening. You're just drinking muddy water. Morning prayer brought to you by Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas. 29 in the state to serve you. 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Talk to Charlotte, Bruce, Chris, Brad.
Yep.
Very professional, caring, loving. They know what you're going through. They can help. They know what to do and get you through a very difficult time. Roller Funeral Homes, with all our respect. Let's pause now for our morning prayer. Heavenly Father, your holy scripture in 3 John 1:11 says, "Do not imitate what is evil, but what is good. Anyone who does what is good is from God, and anyone who does not what is..." Let me try that again. "Anyone who does what is evil has not seen God." Scripture also teaches that God is love. So why does mankind seem to follow either evil rather than good? Why do we have murder and bombs? Lord, my prayer today is you will help us rediscover your love and peace. The first step is to obey your commands, and I pray that our country will go back to following God. I pray you heal our country. That's my prayer today. Amen. Roller Funeral Homes of Arkansas, bring morning prayer each and every day with all our respect. Roller Funeral Homes.
And now, dun, dun, dun.
No problem with the duck call?
The show's really went downhill. It just... I thought it was going to climb up and
well, I offered you an electric guitar. And wind up with a duck call.
There's just something wrong. I don't know how to explain it.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. For all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. Retire. There it is again. Retire.
You sound like you're about to go into retirement.
Oh, man. Coughing, hacking, carrying on since 5:30 this morning. Retire to Arkansas.net. It's time to take a look at the live shot. Ooh.
Yeah. That's a nice shot. I like that. That's pretty. Just a little bit of fog down on the river, but you can still see everything. I like that shot this morning. I really do.
The beautiful White River, looking from Marion County into Baxter County, Cotter, Arkansas. You see the little clearing there is the little railroad museum baseball field there. You can see some of the houses along the older part of town. Beautiful shot this morning. You can check that out at retiretoarkansas.net. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs, 870-405-0793. And buying, selling, wow. Need some property, Arkansas or Missouri, from Gainesville to Zanoni to West Plains. They can help you. Marshall, Mountain View, Mountain Home. They've got the team, the Z
If
team.
you're looking to wake up in the morning with a view like this, we can't get you the exact same view, but one like this, give them a call. They will find it for
I
you.
bet they will. Wow. Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. Today we're starting the day at 72 in Mountain Home, 71 at Flippin. Harrison at 68, Yellville at 71, same in Salem, 72 at Calico, 68 at Mountain View, St. Louis at 67, Poplar Bluff at 71, and same in West Plains, Branson at 68, Watford 64.
64, they're pretty close to Branson right there.
Wow, that's a shocker. We do have precipitation on the radar. Of course, the tropical storm. Was that a depression or a storm down there in Texas? What was it?
I thought it was a depression.
Could be. Louisiana getting some showers. Of course, there's been some flooding from Houston into the southwest Louisiana. Right now, the southern part of Arkansas, southwest part of Arkansas getting showers. Northern Illinois getting some stuff right now, along with Iowa. Not much going on in Missouri. And you can see West Texas out into New Mexico and Oklahoma. A little bit in North Dakota along the Canadian border. And so, ready for Little Rock?
Yep. Bring it on.
There you go. Texarkana towards Hot Springs on I-30. Showers from Fort Smith to Mena, where I-49 should be, but we haven't started building that yet. We'll talk about that later.
The stuff from like Little Rock east, that's just humidity and stuff like that.
Moisture
But
in
what's
the air.
coming in from the south west is
Yep.
where the storms are coming in.
That's your
from.
heavier showers. And so Highway 62, 412 east and west affected by this. Highway 65, let me back up. Highway 62, 412 not affected by this. There's a little bit of shower activity around Randolph and Lawrence County line over near Imboden, Ravenden, Hardy, places like that. And anyway, Highway 67, 167, minor, if any, like Scooter just said, it may not even be hitting the ground. That's just humidity over there. Your interstates 30, 40, 49, 30, 40, 49, 55, 555 in Arkansas. Right now, 30 is the only one affected. I-49 surprisingly not affected, but it's on its way.
All right.
What are you showing?
That's exactly where I'm at here. I'm showing Missouri to be clear, though.
Well, let's take a look. St. Louis, humidity, you're
Yep.
right. I-70 into St. Louis, I-44 into St. Louis, and I-55 all clear right now. East St. Louis, Illinois, east on 64 to Mount Vernon. I-70 east of Vandalia, Illinois, and Effingham looks like they're in pretty good shape. Southwest Missouri, not much going on there yet. It seems like Southwest Missouri always gets all the bucket loads of rain, you know. I-70 Kansas City to Columbia, and then I-44 Tulsa, Joplin, Springfield in good shape.
Well, it's going to be a little while, too, because you look at that storm in motion, and it's not a very fast-moving storm.
Yeah, it's just kind of sitting there. Well, let's see. We got flood watches out for northwestern Illinois, east central Iowa, and northern Missouri. We've got flood watches in southeast Texas. Nothing in Arkansas right now. And lots of fog in Wisconsin. For today, 60% chance of showers. Tonight, 30% chance of showers. Saturday, 30%. Saturday night, partly cloudy. Sunday, 40 to 50% chance. Monday, 20% chance. And Tuesday, 30% chance. Temperatures range from 82 today to 84 on Saturday. And Sunday, we're looking for a high of 85, 82 on Monday, and 82 on Tuesday. Our lows range from 63 to 65 to 69 degrees.
It's cooling down a little bit.
Yeah. State drought monitor, we need to update that because it's getting kind of dry. We do have some drought situations. D0 is your brighter yellows right here. This is abnormally dry in these counties here. Your severe drought right here. Well, moderate drought is right in here. And the more severe drought, a D2. So we have right in here the D0, abnormally dry, moderate drought right in here, which that should alleviate itself hopefully today down in the southern part. But northeast Arkansas, over around Blytheville, Osceola area, they need some showers over there. Take a quick look at Missouri because this updated. Southeast Missouri around Kennett, Caruthersville, Steele, Missouri with some shower activity. Then up around Jackson, Missouri, just south of Cape, they have some abnormally dry temperature or conditions at this time. Current pollen count, we're at a 6 today, a medium. Tomorrow, 4.8, low to medium. And so for all the allergy sufferers, and seem
Get
like
that rain in here, and you'll see that number drop down pretty
Yeah.
quick, I think.
Yeah, I'm going to bring up iDrive Arkansas real quick because the shower activity was showing up. You can see the density of the rain on I-30 and then Highway 71 from Fort Smith down to Texarkana.
Should help the drought numbers down there, I
That
think.
should help.
By next week, they'll update it by next Thursday and see where they're at.
Morning weather brought to you by the Z Team. Bob and Linda Zadora for all your real estate needs. 870-405-0793. RetireToArkansas.net. Community calendar.
Da, da, da.
I had the open face yesterday. Bob and I were there with a friend named Roger and had a nice lunch.
Awesome.
Open face. Man, it was good. Good stuff.
Well, the Old Time Restaurant today, it's Friday, so you know what day that is.
Steak
It's steak day. You get a marinated sirloin steak you can cut with a butter knife. Eggs, hash browns, biscuits, or gravy or toast, all for just $8.88. Or for lunch, she's doing her homemade Salisbury steaks. You like those?
Oh,
I love them.
I love
They got a
them.
lot of flavor. They're
I
just
love 'em.
great. And she makes them right there in-house. They're awesome. And it comes with 2 sides of roll of cornbread, $6.88. Can't beat it.
Old Time Restaurant on the Square, Monday through Friday, 7 to 2, Saturday till 11. Best breakfast, best lunch in town. Can't beat it.
Go by, give her a cup of coffee, slice of pie, sit
There
back,
tomorrow for
enjoy life.
breakfast. Yep.
Give Amanda a hard time. Tell him Dan Hall told you to do it. And just go in there and just give her the hardest time you can.
Well, let's see. Tomorrow from 1 to 3, the Fleet Reserve Association Branch 251 and auxiliary meeting is Saturday, September 21st, 1 p.m. at the American Legion Post 52 at 717 Market Street. A two-bell ceremony for our departed shipmate will be conducted. All sea services welcome. Navy, Marine Corps, Coast Guard, non-members and visitors welcome. For more information, call David Butts, 870-424-4424. Fish Fry Fundraiser. Join the Viola Senior Life Center Fish Fry Fundraiser. Saturday, September 21st at Viola School Cafeteria from 5 to 8. Catfish, hush puppies, coleslaw more, $10 per plate. Dine in or carry out. Let's see if there's a phone number for more information. I do not see that. So, fish fry tomorrow from 5 to 8 at the Viola Senior Life Center from 5 to 8. Indoor rummage sale, Fraternal Order of Eagles from 8 to 2. Indoor table rummage sale open to the public. Food available. 11 to 1. Clothing, books, knickknacks, something for everyone takes place tomorrow. And the AARP Driver Safety, September 21st, 9 o'clock. Take the AARP Smart Driver Classroom course and you save money on your car insurance. It's the third Saturday each month from 9 to 1 at Good Samaritan Society, 300 Good Sam Drive, Mountain Home.
Couple things in sports. One, we've got, of course, we're going down to XL7 TV. We'll be going down to Mountain View versus Harrisburg, so we'll be broadcasting that one live. The Bomber High School team has got a bye week, so they're not playing this week.
That's strange.
And for those youth people that are not involved in a sport, youth wrestling is doing their off-season practices. It goes on Saturdays from 9 to 11 at the Guyberry Gym. And then I do got some pretty cool announcement. High school wrestling, we're getting it all established and ready to go. We're actually going to start the preseason on Monday, this Monday coming up. And
The 23rd.
We'll just the preseason will just run 2 days, and it'll be on Monday and Wednesdays from 3:30 to 5 o'clock. So right after school until 5 o'clock, and it'll just be kind of focusing on conditioning, getting you ready for the season.
So it's 23 and 25 September, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Now, the cool news is we're adding girls wrestling as a AAA sport this year.
Wow.
So girls will be a separate division from the guys, and that's going to be a major step to add another
And you think
division.
you're busy now.
Oh, I know. Bring it on, though. So if any girls out there that are interested in getting into wrestling, we do have a separate all-girls wrestling team that we're starting up. So
There you go.
I'm excited.
Break time?
Break time.
Good. I'm out of coffee.
Be right back.
Yep.
When you need durable and comfortable hospital scrubs stat, you need the Uniform Shop. The Uniform Shop is the place for top quality uniforms, carrying a great selection of name brands, including Carhartt, Vera Bradley, Urbane, and Grey's Anatomy, as well as shoes from Skechers, Nursemates, Softwalk, and Landau, stethoscopes from Littman, blood pressure cuffs, scissors, name tag retractables, compression socks, paramedic VDUs, and Rocky boots. The Uniform Shop also offers customizing, embroidery, and minor alterations. Let us put you in uniforms. Shop the Uniform Shop.
So there I was, naked as a jaybird in the shower with soap in my hair and eyes when I lost water pressure down to a dribble. I immediately grabbed my towel and dialed up Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service. Jake came right over and fixed my water pressure. Now I can take my showers with confidence. Just call Jake.
For all your sales and pump needs, just call Jake at JM Sales and Pump Service, 870-431-5445. He offers high-quality stay-right product. Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detail services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
Are you ready for some football? Hometown TV is back with live football and the game of the week. Friday night, area high school football with announcer Bob Rechtenwald, bringing you the best in play-by-play. Visit hometowntv.net for schedule and show times. Plus, watch instant replay live from your mobile device, whether at the game or not, right here on K26 and XL7.
Take a step back in time when going to a barbershop meant more than just getting a haircut. Come into Legionnaire's Barbershop today, a unique gentleman barbershop. Get back in style from a former celebrity and hairstylist and a licensed barber instructor who are trained in tonsorial arts and lock removal and happy to give you a straight razor shave. Legionnaire's Barbershop is veteran-owned and operated and located at 848 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. For a full, old-fashioned barbershop experience, stop by Legionnaire Barbershop today.
Sure, all mowers cut grass, but only a Ferris mower with suspension technology can provide you with increased productivity, quality of cut, durability, and comfort. The caster wheels and cutting deck are connected to the frame beneath the suspension. This lets the deck follow the wheels as they move up and down in relation to the ground contours. Maintaining the distance between the deck and the ground results in a beautiful, consistent cut. Visit your local Ferris dealer to experience the difference suspension makes.
Your car is a member of the family. It takes you where you need to go, and it makes sure you are safe at all times. When a wreck or accident happens, trust the only place that will treat you and your vehicle like a person, not a number. From collision repair and windshield replacement to paintless dent repair and hail damage removal, Dent Boys can cover all your automotive repair needs and make sure you are satisfied every step of the way. Call or visit the professionals at Dent Boys today and see the Dent Boys difference.
Hi, we're Bob and Linda Zadora, the Z Team at Century 21 Lemac Realty, and we'd like you to meet the rest of our team.
When you are working with the Z Team, you will find that not only are they down-to-earth people, but they are trained professionals who work with downsizers, first-time homebuyers, and clients who may want to relocate to our beautiful Ozarks. Our team has agents who specialize in lake and river properties, listing and selling raw land, acreage, and all residential homes. Listing your property with the Z Team will help get it sold with unmatched Century 21 global marketing. You can find out more at retiretoarkansas.net. It's almost 7:20. Elesha and Dan are here. Going to be talking Veterans Affairs, and so take it away, gang. What do you got? Lots of notes here.
Well, we just got all kinds of things that are happening. We talked a couple times about the non-veteran, non-VA emergency care. They've been fighting that for several years. We're back in April of 2016. We won a appellate court case that the federal court said that the VA's erroneous rule of not paying secondary claims was not lawful. Well, VA changed their regulation effective 2016, and they began to pay those things. And we said, wait a minute, what about all those that were pending before that? Well, then they came back and decided they would pay those that had been on appeal, but if you got a final rejection, then it was final. Well, there's a case that came down here this month, Wolf versus Wilkie, and that appellate court said they're going to have to pay all of those claims. So that one's taken care of. We've talked also about the National Academy of Science and Medicine makes recommendations periodically based on evidence having to do with the likelihood that a particular illness or disease or whatever was caused by exposure to herbicides. Last year, they recommended several diseases be added to the presumption list, including Parkinson's-like symptoms and hypertension, a couple others. VA had talked about doing that. They did nothing. So this year, Congressman Westerman introduced H.R. 2200 that was going to require them to add those things to the presumption list. And most recently, I saw where Senator Tester and 6 other senators sent a letter to VA requesting that they do that. So the bill is right now in the House Subcommittee on Veterans Affairs. Hopefully in the next few months we'll get some action on that. The cost of living increase for veterans benefits was passed by both houses on the president's desk for signature. That's going to ensure that people drawing VA benefits will get the same cost of living increase as Social Security recipients. What do we got on boots and backpacks today?
So this is September is Suicide Awareness and Prevention Month, nationally. But we also, of course, focus on veteran suicide. So we've partnered, the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs has partnered with ASU Mountain Home. It's our 3rd annual Boots and Backpack Suicide Awareness and Prevention event. It's going to be today at Roller Hall at ASU from 12 to 2. Lunch will be provided, and we're going to be talking about a couple different things. I'm going to be talking about the invisible people that suicide affects, where, we typically think of, maybe a combat veteran who may be struggling with some issues, but there's also, family members who deal with, who, are caretakers of veterans who sometimes get lost in the shuffle. Children who've grown up with one of their parents who's been struggling with depression. You have those to consider. Women, veterans who typically don't identify as veterans. So I'm going to be talking about that. And then we're going to be talking about prevention. Dan's going to be talking about the grant that he's been doing and the work that he and Dr. Wolford have been doing in the community to prevent suicide. And then we're going to have Randy Adams from We Are the 22. He's going to be talking about crisis response for those individuals who maybe the prevention hadn't, they see that they are in crisis. And then the last speaker is going to be talking about resources. So that's going to be today. And so looking forward to that. I think, that particular program has been talked about ever since we started our outreach program for suicide prevention. We've grown in this county to actually have some impact on those numbers. We've reduced the suicide rate by approximately 1/3 over the last couple of years, and this year it's down even further. And we can get real-time numbers now from the county coroner instead of having to wait a year for those stats to be available through the health department. As a result of some of what we're doing, Dr. Walford and I were asked to come down and make a presentation to the governor's council on suicide prevention. And we did, and they were kind of impressed with what we're doing and the results that we're showing. Their co-chairperson is Dr. Woliski, who's also a employee of the VA. She's a medical research scientist, and she began to really promote the concept that our pilot program, theoretically you can take the pilot program that we created and plug it in pretty much anywhere. And as a result of that, Senator Bozeman
has introduced legislation to require the VA to look at these programs and try to come up with grants and resources at the grassroots level instead of a top-down approach and bottoms up. So Baxter County has become pretty much a talk around the state. Secretary Todd actually.
This is called Meet Us at the Bunker. And what this is helping honor our heroes. There's at First Baptist Church, Rob Bryan's putting this on. And let me scroll this up. The mission of this is an outreach ministry by First Baptist. Its focus is on Christian values while meeting the physical and emotional needs of veterans and their families.
And what's his name?
Rob Bryan's putting this on.
And see, with that, and that's the instrumental part, and that's something that Dan has talked about, and that I've talked about too, is when someone deploys, right? So you have someone who, let's say they're World War II, Vietnam, when they're enacted or just in military service, you know, there's a lot of attention to, you know, current day, we're sending care packages, we're doing all this. They're there with their brothers and their sisters. Yes, it's hard to be away from your family. I've been there, I've been deployed. But it's really when you come home, when you don't have that camaraderie anymore, when you're back, you know, and you're not getting, not to say that support, you're really not getting that support. They think, okay, you're back home, everything's perfect. That's when it starts coming out of the closet, you know, and having those issues. And so having this with a church that's supporting the veteran, that's what we're seeing is to have the community embrace those and the family members, because the family members, you know, are dealing in are helping their loved one as well. So this is great as far as getting the community involved to support those who served in it.
Well, First Baptist Church, you know, Kevin Moore had been very instrumental in this program. We first started it several years ago. And when he transferred, I think he went over to Tennessee somewhere.
He's in Knoxville,
And nobody kind of filled in behind him. So I'm really glad that First Baptist Church is continuing this. They were a real...
I sent you that brochure. I got pictures of the brochure, and I just sent it to you, Dan.
Yeah,
But they talk about issues such as not limited medical, mission act, psychological, transportation, spiritual. The U.S. Department of Defense conducted studies as estimated over 20% of returning troops will experience the ill effects of PTSD.
Right. Major Kevin Kuhn actually came up. He was a friend of Kevin Moore's, and we did a 6-hour training program there. So,
and that added to the first responders continuing ed. I think gave them 5 hours.
You know what is awesome is to be able to say anything positive when it comes to suicides, because our rate is so high, and to hear you guys have a program that's showing some positive results and moving that away. And that is what I think people need to hear today. There's so many people explaining we have a problem. You see all this negative stuff, but you're not seeing anything positive that's making a reaction or a dent in it. So when you guys step up and say, hey, we're showing numbers, they're dropping down, our program is helping, it is a very positive note on a very sad subject. It really is.
It's a community-based network, and it takes all of it, because I think the three main things that are involved with the suicide prevention program are community, faith, and resilience. We can't do all of that as one organization, so it takes the entire community. I'm really, really pleased to see that the First Baptist Church is back on board with the program.
I'll send you Rob's contact.
And with that
please do.
Because you know, when they were first starting, you know, I've been in this role for almost 4 years now, and one of the things was when we're hearing about 22 a day. When they started to really peel back that onion, they determined that really 6 of the 9 people were not even enrolled in VA health care of the veterans. And so there's been a huge push. Director Nate Todd, or actually Secretary Nate Todd from the Arkansas Department of Veteran Affairs, his #1 mission has been enroll veterans in health care. And so we've been really pushing towards that, having all these benefit fairs to enroll them in health care. We've seen that here in Mountain Home, because when they had that new CBOC, the new clinic that opened up, they had to expand it, add another provider. They had so many people enroll. They had so many people using the mental health, telehealth, you know, to get therapy, that they brought in a psychiatrist on staff. that's awesome for Mountain Home, because Mountain Home only has 2 psychiatrists civilian, and then now we have one just to see veterans. So that is amazing. So by getting them enrolled in healthcare, now they're getting that medical treatment that they need. And then talking about the CBOC. So Patrice Kiersey, she's one of the nurse practitioners there, one of the providers. She's my provider. She's going to be moving over to Dr. Camp's office. So she's leaving the clinic, but they're getting a new medical doctor in. So we're going to actually have 2 doctors there at the clinic now. It was 1 doctor and 3 nurse practitioners or physician assistants. Now we're going to have 2 medical doctors. So that's great. As far as getting feedback from veterans, we hear it a lot. They want to have to see a doctor. So that's something to keep in mind is.
Well, with this community care network, we also, network in the community. We have all of the PHOs that work through Baxter Regional already in.
What'd you say, the what?
PHOs that they call them, that are on staff basically at the hospital.
A PHO.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you used to be your family medicine provider. It's just a provider who's opted into that health network. So, for instance, I was telling Dan, I'm not going to be here the October show because my husband's having surgery that morning, and he's doing it through the Mission Act. He was injured in service. He needs to have back surgery. Dr. Bradley here in Mountain Home, Spine Center is enrolled, he's part of that network, and so the VA's paying for him to have his back surgery. So,
Where's it going to be taking place?
I'm sorry?
Where's
at Baxter.
Oh, good.
Mm-hmm. So Dr. Bradley, who, is here, the neurosurgeon. So, it's a great community effort, and I love it because who wants to go all the way to Little Rock to have back surgery to come all the way back here? So,
in addition to that, all of these doctors now locally are in tune to the suicide issue, besides the clinic at the CBOC. And by the way, you can walk in there if you're a veteran and you have issues and you need to see somebody involving mental health. It's a right now thing. You're not going to get told to come back in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And you don't need to have a DD 214.
Really?
We'll worry about that later.
Yeah.
You go in there and tell them you need to see somebody now, and you're going to get help. At the same time, BRMC has a new behavioral health program. So it's
that's right.
The entire community is now beginning to really focus on this issue, and hopefully we can really continue to reduce these numbers.
And Dan, I cannot say more. I can say more great things about him because he and Dr. Wolford have been instrumental with seeing that reduction. When we see that, it really stems from the efforts that they've been doing. Dan, I don't know, you must have like 48 hours in your one day, because I don't know how much. I'm like, how does he have the time to do as much as he does?
Scooter.
Well, and then in addition to that, part of our program includes the Veterans Outreach Picnic that's coming up on the 5th of October. The community has gotten behind that. So
you outgrew the park.
We did. We had to move over to ASU. And again, when we were looking at, we've doubled our number of people we feed and all the providers that come to basically it's about introducing veterans to resources, whether they're eligible for VA health care or not. There are other resources in the community, and Elesha's been really instrumental in helping us put together kind of a resource manual.
We need to take a quick break, but I think that we can start with this subject right after the break and get a little deeper into it. We will be right back.
Do you know where your money goes when you give to charity? At the Salvation Army, 85 cents of every dollar stays to help those in need in our local community. Hi, I'm Captain Spaulding. The money we raise help people in the surrounding 5 counties, including Baxter, Marion, Sharp, Izzard, and Fulton. You can help by donating your unwanted items and by shopping at the Salvation Army store. Those in need get assistance with rent, utilities, sending kids to camp, and many other things. When it comes to this charity, the Salvation Army always helps those in our community.
If you want the best breakfast or lunch in the Twin Lakes area, then you've got to come to the Old Time Restaurant. Voted the best breakfast and lunch for 2011, the Old Time Restaurant not only gives you the Southern hospitality right when you walk in the door, they also offer scrumptious breakfast options to curb that early morning appetite. Or stop in later in the day for a tasty sandwich, salad, or a daily special. If a sweet tooth is your guilty pleasure, you can't go wrong with the pie lady cooking out over 30 different types of pies. That's the Old Time Restaurant located on the square in Mountain Home. At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
It takes the right gear to survive out here. There she is. Ferris. It's the best gear around. Strong as an ox, safe as houses. Out back, there's one powerful beast. Awesome. Four-wheel suspension, handles whatever Mother Nature throws at you. Designed to take the hard out of hard work and deliver all the power you could need. So if you want to tackle the great outdoors, get yourself a Ferris.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
$7:37, more with Dan and Elesha, talking veterans programs. And Dan, you want to pick it up where you left off?
Yeah, we were talking about the outreach picnic and introducing veterans and their families to all the resources in the community. We've worked at this is our 15th year. The last couple years since we created the auxiliary unit and groups like Good Samaritan Society and all their volunteers got behind us, and the ROTC program, they feed the veterans or serve the veterans. It's grown to where we outgrew Hickory Park, needed a new venue. I went over and talked to Chancellor Robin Myers and told him what we need. He said, Dan, we'll do whatever we can do. So we're going to have big tents set up on campus next to the health science building. We've got all kinds of parking area and so on. We have Katie Laney project is the entertainment. Mm-hmm. We've got significant guests coming, from too many to name, from all over the state. Governor's office has called me. They'll have a representative here. Of course, I'll represent Lieutenant Governor Dr. Scott, Director of Central Arkansas Healthcare, Veterans Healthcare will be here, and numerous others. In addition to that, I expect all these new network providers from Baxter Regional are going to show up. So it's going to be quite an outreach program this year.
And the thing, when I went to Omaha and I went to the State Women Veterans Coordinator Conference, one of the things I took away with, and Dan, you probably hear this just as much as I hear it. All the time people say, am I a veteran? I didn't know I was a veteran. Because either they did not go to combat, so they don't think that they're a veteran. So a lot of times a question is, did you serve? So any of the people who served in the military are invited to this picnic, because a lot of people who are veterans don't think that they are, or don't realize that they are, because they didn't retire, or they're
still in the National Guard,
or they're still in the Guard, or whatever. So if you served or are currently serving in the military,
I would think if you put the uniform on and take the oath,
Right, but so many people, and in their minds, right, we have our own definitions. It's, well, I didn't go to combat, so I'm not a veteran, or, well, I enlisted for 4 years and I got hurt after 3, so I'm not a veteran because I got medically discharged. They are veterans. They
all
served
you guys
in the
that are
military.
in the 124th, I know that's supposed to be your drill weekend. I already talked to your coordinator about, since you were going to be having your drill that week, why don't you just march across the street and we will feed you a great lunch. And
Go from the Armory to ASU.
Just right
It's
across.
just right across the street,
It turns
yeah.
out that's not going to be their drill weekend. They moved it up a week, but I made sure Billy knows that they're all invited. If you're in the Guard, part of that 124th, come over and enjoy the thing. Everything is free. We're going to have more door prizes to give away than we'll have time to give them away, just like we did last year. This community is just unbelievable as far as getting behind veterans programs. And of course, the last couple of years, they tried to do the Heroes and Legends program on campus. Mary Walker was a real contributor to that. Well, for a lot of scheduling reasons and other reasons, they decided they weren't going to be able to do that this year. So when the opportunity to join a DAV-sponsored outreach picnic, they jumped on board. So we're getting a lot of help there, too. So.
And then next year what's going to happen is, because the state and the county were doing a benefits fair, and then the college was doing a benefits fair, we're going to combine them into one and then have that next year. So we've had the benefits fair in the spring, and then in the fall we have the DAV appreciation benefits fair. So then next year it's going to be the same thing. So we're going to have one in the spring, one in the fall. And
you start to get a lot of people wanting to be involved that had their own things going. We get through this October 5th picnic, and then we have to start thinking about the, I think it's the 7th of November, Coach Zorman's Junior ROTC program.
I've got him scheduled for October 31st, and I got to get with Scooter. We're doing a flag folding ceremony right here.
Awesome.
The meaning of each fold.
Good.
Yes.
You know how they did it last year at the gym?
And that's a great program.
I hope to do it in that corner where it's all black over here, so the colors of the flag would be enhanced.
I'd laugh. He told me he wrote and asked the president to show up for that. Didn't get a response yet, and that's kind of interesting, because I wrote to President Trump a year ago about this veteran suicide issue. If we're going to keep sending them, we need to keep mending them.
Well, yeah.
And so I asked him to use his influence to get the VA to really begin to work on this. Well, he created in the fall an executive order that required DOD and VA to put together a task force and come up with
Department of Defense?
Department of Defense, yeah. And they had a conference in Nashville last month.
Yep.
I got an email from a friend who was there who said, "Hey, you guys are talked about here in Nashville," and Secretary Wilkie has said that the senator introduced this bill. So the word's getting out there, and so I had to laugh when Bud said that he wrote a letter to the president, asked him to come to this program, and he said, "If you can help me."
Since you got the insight, yeah.
Well, we start seeing a lot of black Cadillacs running around town. Somebody read your letter.
I got no more influence than he does, for sure.
Call Leslie Rutledge.
But I could write a little.
Call Leslie Rutledge.
So
Yeah, she's.
Well, last October, we're having the Republican thing in town, and she said, "I'm going to be in town a little early. You want to do an interview?" So called Gil, and he ran over here like 4:30 on a Saturday. So she's sitting right here where Dan is sitting, and we went on out to the program. 2 days later, I was watching the news, and there was Leslie standing right behind the president in D.C.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean, she literally left this chair, went out to the gig, and went to the Little Rock, caught a plane, went to D.C.
Wow. Yeah.
Well, when the Mission Act was signed, the two senators that President Trump really touted that worked so hard on this was John Bozeman and Tom Cotton.
And
so we are blessed in Arkansas with the representation that we do have. Right after the program at the school, Freedom is Never Free, it's time to think about the Marine Corps birthday on the 10th.
Wow.
And then we have our...
How many years?
I wish you hadn't asked me that. 242 or something.
Yeah, I was thinking.
We just had the Air Force birthday
And then
on the 18th.
on the 11th is Veterans Day on the square.
Yep.
I think Knights of Columbus are going to be in charge of that program. So this time of the year, it starts to really ramp up.
Speed up, yeah. And we were talking about community involvement. I mean, there's so many things that veterans can do to get involved in the community, or community can do to assist veterans. So the DAV, that's the Disabled American Veterans, y'all meet, or we meet. I haven't been to a meeting in a while.
It's the third Monday
yes.
every month at the Mountain Home Police Department in that community room.
Yep.
And then there's also the DAV auxiliary, so that can be, so for the DAV, that's any disabled veteran can be a member. But the DAV auxiliary is any person who wants to assist veterans.
If you know a disabled veteran.
If you know one, or so, yeah. And that's Jennifer with Good Samaritan, she's the president of that.
And they meet the Wednesday after our Monday meeting at DAV. They meet over at that new wellness center on Good Samaritan campus.
Yes. Mm-hmm. And then we have the We Are the 22. So those, you have to be a veteran to be part of that, but they're crisis response. So if there's a veteran who is in crisis, they actually send a veteran there and they train them. They have a memorandum of understanding with the VA emergency room to get them in there and get them treated.
They have a situation where VA will not accept a mental health patient directly from police custody.
Say that again.
VA will not accept them from police custody. So if there's an incident and the police show up, they'll call We Are 22. Okay. And if the person will agree to go with them, then they'll be released to them. They have the MOU with the VA to take them directly.
Let's catch that last break. 7:47. Be right back.
Why would I recommend Hospice of the Ozarks? Because I know the people that work there, I know their hearts, and I know that their desire is to help people with the suffering and the anxiety and the things that can come with either terminal diagnosis or a terminal condition. We want them to have a peace of heart and to have a comfort and to know that someone's there to help them through that so they can enjoy the time that they have.
I was involved in a wreck on the interstate. A friend and I was rear-ended by a drunk driver, and I was in excruciating pain. I started the chiropractor care along with massage therapy, and it has totally transformed my world. With God's help and the help of them, I've totally got my life back together, and I'm free of pain medicine, and I'm so grateful that I am where I need to be today.
When I grow up, I want to save lives, like a superhero, and show up when people needed me.
When I grow up, I want to do animations. I want to create characters that can fly.
No matter what it is you want out of life, there is a path to get there.
When I grow up, I don't know what I want to do when I grow up, but I know I want to go to college.
Arkansas State University Mountain Home. Take your first step at asumh.edu.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment, their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Whether you're a professional lawnscape contractor or a homeowner in need of quality lawn equipment, Moran's Lawn & Garden has you covered. Moran's is the longest originally owned lawn and garden business in Mountain Home, with a 5,700 square foot warehouse packed full of new current year inventory for all your lawn maintenance needs. Moran's stocks a full line of factory parts, and they service everything they sell, offering top names like Grasshopper, Hustler, and Country Clipper. Moran stands behind their quality service with thousands of customers using their products daily. Moran's Lawn & Garden, servicing the entire Twin Lakes area. When you need dirt,
7:50, wrapping up the week with Dan and Elesha talking veterans. All right.
So I would just say, we have, if you want to get involved, we were talking about involvement in the community. We were talking about how many different acronyms we have, but the VA clinic here in Mountain Home, they're always looking for volunteers. You don't have to be a veteran to volunteer at the clinic. So if you're interested, just walk in and ask to talk to the clinic manager, say that you're interested in becoming a volunteer. Disabled American veterans, you're still taking the van down to Little Rock.
We are having less riders, and some days there is nobody signed up to ride from Mountain Home, which is giving us an issue at this point. I just talked to David yesterday. There are those people who haven't necessarily got on the manifest, but they're going to show up at one of the pickup points along the route. And so for at least now, we're talking about, even if you don't have somebody in the van leaving Mountain Home, make the trip down to the last pickup point at Greenbrier, and then turn around and come back. So we'll be putting less mileage on it, and at some point we're going to have to work that out. We were talking about the acronyms. What is SBP and DIC?
So SBP is Survivor Benefit Plan. That is the life insurance that a veteran purchases when they get out of the military. And then DIC is Death Indemnity Compensation, which is a death payment that surviving spouses receive, and sometimes surviving parents and sometimes surviving children receive if a veteran passed away from a service-connected condition. So that's a lot of info.
The reason I ask about that is because we're fighting right now with what they're calling the death tax for a widow, the widow's death tax, and what we're trying to do. They have an issue right now with concurrent payment. So even though she's eligible for this compensation because her husband died as a result of a service-connected injury or illness, and he paid for this other insurance,
like 30 years.
Can't
you
draw
have to
both.
pay it.
Oh, come
yeah,
on.
and you can't receive both.
Come on.
Really?
There's a federal law that says you cannot receive both your
because they both come from the federal. Well, that's an insurance policy that he's already paid for. So we've been fighting that for years, and it looks like we're getting some traction there with a bill to get rid of that veterans' death tax situation.
So with questions like that, here I'm spouting off the info. The average bear wouldn't know that, right? So your county service officer here in Baxter County, it's Charlie Leonard. His number's 870-425-8155. If you have questions, give him a call. We do these, the outreach, but you may just want to go to his office. He's at 5 East 9th Street, so right next to the 911 call center. Walk-ins Monday through Thursdays, and then Fridays it's appointment only. But every county has a veteran service officer. In my district, which is 13 counties now, they're all veterans. So it's veterans helping veterans. If you have a question about who your service officer is, you can do a Google search. County service officer, you can call me. You might take me a little bit to get back with you now that I have 13 counties. I haven't been in my office in Mountain Home in like 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
I haven't been because I've been on the road.
Goodness.
Yeah. I was. It's been.
Now she's training 13 county officers and quarterly trainings and so on. So it's a.
Yep, and I'm the state women veterans coordinator for Arkansas. So for all the women veterans in Arkansas,
and
I
the
represent
website
them.
administrator.
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah.
What do you do in your spare time?
Oh, I work at Walmart. I do.
You're the one putting out Christmas decorations, right?
I do. I was helping move the shelves. Hey, but I love that. It's people are like working at. I really enjoy. Hey, the military trained me to have be organize and to have things, flush seams, right? That's what I do. I just organize shelves. I can just take out my frustrations on just organizing shelves. The type A in me, I'm able to get paid for it. I love it.
How you at other people's homes? I could use some organization.
Hey, but they're good. I mean, they're supporters of veterans. They hire veterans. That's one of their things is, when you, I think it's like 250,000, I think maybe even 300,000 veterans that they wanted to hire within, the last 7 years. And so, there's a lot of employers, Lowe's, Home Depot, who are big proponents of veterans, and lots of veterans work there. So anyway.
That's funny.
Baxter International also is a big for veterans.
We know it as Baxter Lab.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Military Service Sisters, that's that women's group that we meet once a month. It's going to be Friday the 27th of September at noon at Italian Garden. I was talking
Bomber Boulevard?
I'm sorry?
Italian Garden is Bomber Boulevard? Where's it at?
It's off 62.
Just before you get to Bomber.
Yeah, next to the Chinese restaurant.
Yes.
I'm really bad with directions, but yeah.
It's that way.
I just Google it.
It's that airport.
I know, airports. I know. I'm like, And then
She could find it from the air.
I know. Hey, I flew a desk. I couldn't find it out of a paper bag.
Go get her an F-16. She can find it.
So, and then I was talking to Dan, the Marines. Y'all have a breakfast once a month.
First Thursday of every month at Mel's Diner, 8 o'clock in the morning. If you ever served in the Marine Corps, you're a member of the Twin Lakes Marines. You just didn't know it yet. So we don't have any dues or ID cards or anything. If you're a Marine veteran, come and join us.
Yeah. So, I mean, or if you know one, because I was at the urgent care clinic yesterday, and I was talking to this lady, and she's like, oh, yeah, I was in the Marine Corps. I'm like, oh, Dan, when's that breakfast? I need to let her know, so it's that word of mouth. Get the information out there.
Final 3 minutes. Who wants it, Dan or Elesha, or both?
Go ahead, Elesha. What do you got left?
Let's see.
I think I covered all mine.
Yeah, and I'm just... involvement, that's my main thing right now. Hitting hard, get involved, do something. I got to put a plug in for the Flippin' Band. They're selling cheesecake right now, so for their fundraiser. I bought some
cheesecake from the volleyball team and the softball team down there.
Yep. Yeah.
So Bruce, what is DIC again?
Death Indemnity Compensation.
Indemnity.
Yeah.
See, I deal with this all the time, and I can't remember the terminology.
So yeah. Anyway, Bruce Shaver over at Flippin' High School. If you want to buy some cheesecake, give him a call. If people have questions about benefits, again, call your county service officer. VA.gov is amazing. They've overhauled it. Is that even a word? They have overhauled it, and it's you can enroll in healthcare. You can track your appeals claim. You can get an ID card. So much stuff is on there.
And the program's coming up in October.
So October.
Anything going on for October?
October the 5th, that Veterans Outreach Picnic. And veterans or their families want to show up there. There's going to be a lot of resources, a lot of really good food. It's not just brats this year. Good Samaritans got all kinds of good food for us. Good entertainment. Lots of people. If you have any questions about benefits or anything having to do with veterans, there'll be a lot of resources there that you can talk to. Show up.
Yep.
And then November 7th will be the Freedom is Not Free program at the school.
At the school.
Yep, Mountain Home High School.
Is Lieutenant Governor the speaker this year?
No, he was last year.
Yeah.
I think he was trying to get Johnny Key, who's
Education
Secretary.
Yeah.
Used to be our local senator, and before that he was Quorum Court. I worked with him when I was a lieutenant in the Sheriff's Department.
And typically all schools have some type of a veterans ceremony. So if you don't live in Mountain Home or your child goes to a different school, call the school, because I have yet to find a school that does not do something to honor their veterans. And awesome. It's a lot of times and they encourage veterans to come because they want to show the students, who has served in the community, and without teaching them, how can we make that expand? So
Got to run. The weekend is upon us. And thanks to all of our veterans. Dan, Elesha, thanks for being here.
Thanks, sir.
you.
Got to run. Have a great weekend.